Okay, so guys, here's the deal. I went and researched my tail off after last week because when I heard Dr. Brett talking about gut health and joint and cartilage and all these different things, I was like, why? Why does this product I'm taking do all of this? And I dug in and I put these slides together because I think you'll be amazed of what I found. So, did you know that the body contains 28 different types of collagen? I had no idea, no clue. Most collagen products on the market today contain 1 to 2 types of collagen only. Some have 3, but the most I found of any when I did searches was 3 types of collagen in them. Okay. The collagen that we take is an activating collagen that has 10 different types of collagen. And I want to walk you through what those 10 different types of collagen do. And Dr. Brett's going to help me do this. But okay, so type 1 collagen. I'm just a little, this all came from Science Direct, if you want to know the reference resource that we found this. But type 1 collagen is the most abundant collagen and is in almost every collagen product out there, okay? This is the one that's expressed in your body most, and that's why people think of elasticity of the skin. But type 1 collagen is also the gut lining, right, Dr. Brett? So somebody asked the question of the gut. How does collagen help gut health? Do you want to talk about that real quick right now?
So think about think about gut health. You have to have what the collagen makes up literally that barrier. So you guys, when we look at these pictures, which you'll see in a minute, of the skin, and it's like the skin looks more young, right? So the skin is designed to keep things out and to let things in. Well, you have a barrier there in your skin, but you also have a barrier in your gut. So you have to have those collagen structures to create an elasticity. You know, people think of the intestine as like a tube. Guys, it's a tube that moves, right? And so it has to have elasticity and pliability to move things through it. And that collagen is one of the key components to have a good barrier, but also to create the movement in it.
Yeah. I thought it was really interesting that all of these tell you what those collagens do in your body, where you find those types of collagen, but also there was also lots of research and documentation about if you're deficient in any of these collagens, what that can lead to. And so I also thought that was really intriguing. So collagen mutations of type 1 has been documented in playing a role in a large range of diseases with particular focus on bone and connective tissue diseases, which I thought, don't want that. And then type 2, right? Type 2 collagen is major structural component in the cartilage of the, basically all the arteries and tissues in your lumbar. This had everything to do with disc tissue and eye tissue. I'm blown away by that. It specifically in the retina and the lens of the eye is where you're going to find a lot of type 2. So who wants to keep their eyesight as they age? Literally, we need type 2 collagen. I
love how you brought this up too, Donna, because you guys, when you look at this, you don't have to remember all this stuff, but this may be why people are struggling, because most people aren't getting enough collagen type structures in their diets, or they're not absorbing them, right? And so like if you aren't getting these things in, so you think about what I just saw here, like, okay, we're looking at bone stuff, we're looking at connective tissues, that's ligaments, that's muscles, that's tendons, eye tissue, we're talking about cartilage, so joints, bones, bone, skin. So if you're not getting the components, which again, most of the people that are in a standard Western diet, is going to come a lot from like broth, like bone broth or bone marrow. Like when's the last time you ate bone marrow, right? Or bone marrow soup, but some people do that. But if you're not getting those in your diets, then you don't have all of these tissues that are going to allow you to like form these components of your eyes or your skin or your hair or your bones or, blood vessels. So it's literally like one of the foundational components that you have to build a human.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane when I was reading through these. Like type 5 collagen has everything to do with the muscles, the liver, the lungs, and the placenta. I thought that was really interesting. And it was really shown to have a lot of special importance in connective tissue diseases and in cancer. There was a lot of documentation of that, guys. This is so important. That's why this liquid collagen has all 10 of these types, because I wanted to go back and understand why are people that are taking this seeing such extreme results in all different areas. This is why It's so fascinating to me. So type 8 collagen is found in the heart, the brain, the liver, the lungs, and the muscles, right? All has to do with vascular. Like, how much is it important that we keep our blood vessels pliable and healthy, Dr. Brett? Like,
Just guys, just for a second, how many people know somebody in their family that has struggled with heart problems or high blood pressure? Well, so is it possible that perhaps their elasticity in their vessels are struggling? So what can you do about it? That would possibly be helpful in just helping your body to process better. And if you're not taking good high quality collagen or you get it in your diet, well, this can have an impact. And just so you know, like the blood vessel you have today, you won't have in 6 months from now. Like it's repairs constantly, like your skin. So what kind of skin are you making? Well, that depends on the components you're getting. And so when you're reading, when she reads through these things, you talk about the tissues, whether you're talking about in a minute, there's one that says, joint stuff or osteoarthritis. So if you're one of those individuals that like your family has a lot of history of, joint dysfunction and or things like that, well, is there something you can do? And that's one of the frustrations I have with medicine is we're trying to fix the problem, or we're really trying to fix the symptom. Well, why don't we ask, okay, what does the system of the body need in order to just function ideally? And this gives us some components that literally allows your body to have the things that it needs to continue to rebuild you in an appropriate way.
yeah. So type 9 collagen has everything to do with, like he said, joints and cartilage and skeletal problems. So Dr. Brett, is that why people are seeing less pain? Is because things are more pliable and not as stiff, probably. Is that?
Just I want you guys to ask yourself and do this later, like check your flexibility today compared to what it was 5 years ago. Like, either bending forward or
it makes me laugh thinking about it out loud.
And some of you, when you do the flexibility, you hear a lot of movement that's not very good. It's super stiff. So remember that elasticity is in your muscles, it's in your joints, it's in your ligaments, it's in your skin. So like if you're losing pliability, then if you could rehydrate the tissues and give it more elasticity, like what might that influence? So no matter who you are, if you're not getting this in your diet from someplace, you need to get it from someplace.
Yeah. The reason that this little beautiful bottle of liquid collagen right here is made with these all 10 different types, guys, is because they wanted this, it was formulated specific to skin because skin has the most, right, collagen in it. But I want you to like open and expand your mind, because what's happening in people is way more than just skin. That's what we can see, but skin, hair, bones, nails, connective tissue, muscles, blood vessels, heart, brain, liver, lungs, gut lining, cartilage, tendons, eyes, literally everywhere in our body. It's so fascinating. Here's more. I mean, more of the same, right? More bones, more cartilage. I thought this was interesting. Trachea and tendons and more brain, more skin, more eyes. Now, this one, there was so much documentation about the liver. Dr. Brett, do you want to speak about collagen and the liver and how the liver really runs your body?
I mean, the liver is one of those things think of it, it's the one that handled all the trauma we all throw at it. Whether what we drink or what we eat, like it gets first crack at all nutrients. All right. And also all toxins, and so, and it's got a bunch of collagen in it, right? Because it's a tissue that's got to constantly move, and those cells have to communicate and coordinate all the time. And so there's a lot of stuff going on, but your liver has to break that stuff down and have to eliminate it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's in all organs, but it's heavy in liver.
Guys, I just wanted to show you, because I did not have a clue that there were 10 different, I knew there was 10 different types of collagen in this beautiful bottle that I was taking every day, but I didn't know what that meant for my body. And I wanted to be able to bring this education to you so you would understand that it is going to affect multiple areas of your body. And that's why people are seeing such amazing results. So Dr. Brett talked about this just briefly, but let's expand on this a little bit, because there's some questions in the chat about powder. Like, I took powders for years and didn't see results. Now that could be a combination of a lot of things. Maybe it wasn't a great quality. Maybe it was that could be a lot of things, but why exactly did you and the team make this a liquid?
It's a great question. And so one of the phrases I use a lot with people, I say the most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work. And so whatever your budget is when it comes to your health and your wellness, like just make sure you're getting the best with the budget you've set aside for that. Now, the interesting thing about collagen is that there's a different budget for how we look than how we feel. I don't understand that, but people will spend money if they think it'll make them look younger, right? And so that's important, right? And so really no supplement does you a whole lot of good until it actually gets into the cell where it's utilized. And so when you're talking about having the right components, which is interesting, there's all the different types of the collagen, also broken down in small components, so very easily to absorb and less likelihood to have any reactivity from the immune system.
Yeah.
When people's guts don't work, they can't absorb nutrients, and then at the same time, bigger molecules slip through, and the immune system attacks them. And then that's where autoimmune processes come from. So it's really important to keep that in mind. So it's liquid. So and it's already broken down through the water hydrolysis into small components. It's super clean, and then on top of that, it has some active ingredients in it to cause your genes to turn on that make collagen. So think about having the ovens working. So when you put the ingredients in, that your body can literally manufacture from the components. And that's a ruby quinoa. It activates collagen production. So we want to replenish with the right peptide, which is the collagen. And then we literally want to turn on the genes that cause the manufacturing of them. And
So
that's
when
where
I
you
was
get
doing
that.
my research, Dr. Brett, I found that almost every collagen that I came across, and I looked at tons, they just replenish collagen by supplementing collagen in of some sort of collagen, right?
And
Most
part of
of
that
them.
is the reason why that is, and this is really in the supplement industry, is most companies that are manufacturing understand supplementation. We want to have good ingredients and good components, but not a whole lot know about this idea of what's called nutrigenomics and gene activation. Like it's beginning to happen. So there's only a handful of companies that are asking the question, hey, I want the best, highest quality, most absorbable, components for the body to have. But also, what if we combine it with the right workers that turn on the genes to produce it? And that's LifeVantage's foundation. Is everything that we do is the idea of how do we activate the body, turn on the switches, and give it the component so it can literally have maximum production of the things we need. And that's because we're when we formulate, we are formulating with that in mind. Not about I'm not a better supplement. I don't want to be a better supplement. I want to have an activation of a pathway in the body to maximize the health and the vitality of the cell and the human.
I just want to say, like, boom, that's why this is literally changing the collagen game, right? Like in the collagen market, it's the world's first ever collagen that activates the gene that produces your own collagen that typically turns off in your 20s, but definitely by the age of 30. And I just saw a couple stories from some people that are younger than 30 and were like, I didn't know if I needed it, but I have become so loyal to this brand that I knew this was a product that I would believe in and that I'd want to put in my body. So I did. And they're feeling results too. So every age of person, and I'll be honest, my kids are taking it because when I read that growth plate stuff and cartilage and tendons, my kids are always, well, they're going to the massage therapist and they're doing all these things because they're athletes. So let's keep them loose. Absolutely phenomenal.